Nairobi.
You are watching KUTV Rise today, Biashara Tuesday on the lounge, and I'm having so much fun. I know you have been talking to me. I'll be reading your feeds in a few. I've just been compiling them, loading them up. Of course, I'll be reading them. You can continue talking to me on 0739 110544 at KUTV Kenya at Matos AG. And I'm joined on the lounge by one amazing lady. She's been doing exploits from, let me just give you a bit of what she's been doing. She's been doing stuff with Yali, with Yepi, with ADEC, these wonderful organizations that are connected with the youth. She's been working with Lamukani Youth Network, Empire Content Creators, Dream Tribe. I mean, no human is limited. Join me as I welcome Esther Neema Momo. It's so good to have you. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. So good to be here.
How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm just watching you the entire time, so I feel so energetic. Yeah, I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Wambaje. You know, coming from the... I'm just tempted to ask you, Wambaje.
Sina neno.
Umeamka vizuri?
Kabisa.
Nimerauka.
Believe you. At 4 I was up. So
wow, it's good to have you this wonderful morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
I have a very positive vibe, and that's just coming that people are going to love this.
Yeah.
Because you're doing so much in the society, and we've been speaking about young people and everything. Yeah. Just before we go to that, what do you think about our healthcare as a nation? Our healthcare.
Our healthcare. Well, I think... people are really starting to eat healthy and taking that personal responsibility upon themselves. But of course, there's a lot to be done in the hospitals, especially in the public sector, where, you know, people are sharing hospitals and stuff like that. But I think a lot more research needs to be done on the prevention, you know, taking care so that before you reach the advanced stages, you can actually take care of that. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. We can only hope for better.
Yeah, we can only hope for better, yeah.
And of course, better begins with an individual, right?
Exactly,
what
yeah.
you take in and what
fruits,
also,
yeah. Yeah.
Now, I want us to go to things you have been doing. I don't even know where to start because you've done so much. And I feel like you're here to inspire, and not just the girl child, but even the boy child back at home, that no human is limited, that you can do as much as you have the capacity to do. So in the spirit of no human is limited, I would want us to talk about a bit of your experiences, how you have come across, how since birth, how you have been groomed, because many of us just shun from that, but how you have been groomed, our environments have shaped us into what we are. Just give us a taste of like where you were born, how you were. I mean, how it has shaped you to become the person that you are today.
Okay, so I was born in Nairobi. And I think Nairobi, when we are born running, right? This is the city where things, it's quite fast. Then I went to primary school at a school called Bluebells in Buruburu. Then we were in Buruburu. So it was so much fun. Like, you know, you live in estates, you're playing, you're doing all manner of things. It was just amazing.
Wow.
You play bano, you know, you share things. The one bike is like the community bike, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. If one person has a PlayStation, it's all ours. We are all in that house. Yeah. So it was really amazing growing up there. Then we moved, of course, now to Kilimani, which is a bit different, really closed, introverted. But I think I still had the memories of Buruburu. Yeah. Then I went to boarding school. Boarding school in primary is quite different. Like it's just a different life. And we really wanted to go to boarding. But boarding is truly like the hard life. I think from growing up from a normal middle class family, but boarding is what really teaches you everything. Wow. You wash your clothes, you wake up at 5, the water is cold water, you're eating githeri like every day of your life. It's crazy.
It's crazy,
Are we in prison? Yeah, so... But that was an amazing experience also to just learn how to live in the community, and it was in Ushago, it was in the rural.
Wow.
So that was the moment. Of course, now I'm all the way in Kitale, and I was born in Nairobi, and a little bit of my childhood I was in Mombasa. So I think I got to exposed to like different sides of Kenya in my growing up. And then I went to a private high school because I refused to go to boarding now. It's like I'm not going back to suffering and torture. I don't know if you went to boarding yourself.
I went to boarding.
Yeah,
I mean,
so you know what I'm
secondary,
talking about.
I know
Yeah,
what you're
oh
talking
gosh,
about.
yeah. So high school, I went to a day school, and I think that's what gave me the drive, because it was a girls' school.
Wait, in Kitale?
No, in Nairobi. I came back to Nairobi.
In Kitale, boarding school was primary school?
Yes, it was primary school, yeah. Mixed boarding school. Oh, God, yeah. So, yeah, so I said how I'm never going back to boarding, and my children will also not go to boarding school. And then, yeah, then high school made me, because then you're in this Loreto school, really empower girls and women to not feel that they are limited. And I think that's what really, really, really brought us out. And talent, they really focused. Like if you were a swimmer or a singer, it was really encouraged, you know, as well as the education. But I feel like the talent was more encouraged. So then I think then it brings you out as a person. Yeah. Then I went to university, Daystar. So you guys are like our counterparts in media. So yeah, it was very good to just, you know, study at Daystar. Again, you have the entire world. You can do anything. You can be anyone. And I think even that has such a great impact in me. Then yeah, and then to my master's at the University of Nairobi, where people are very serious and focused, which I really liked and really admire, and they're very educational. So I think that really brought out the serious part of life, and to just look at life from a very broad and serious perspective, you know, because we always say life is not that serious, but really when you think about it, it is.
It is serious.
It is very serious. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So now, after university, I mean,
what?
At 19 years,
yes,
you were brought in to work with Hots and Films Kibera at the tender age of 19 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to remember where I was at 19 years old. I mean, tell us about the experience of beginning work from a very tender age. Now, I mean, 19 years is the average age of a young person who's just cleared high school.
Yeah.
So tell us about working experience just after high school. How was it? I mean, how was it working with Hots and Films? What was the impact
on me now as a person?
As a person now,
I think it's what shaped me to what I later took at the university. Because then, of course, when you're in high school, you do these things as part-time. You're acting maybe for these seasons, or you're writing. So those are the things that I started now doing when I went to Alliance now to study French.
Amazing. Oh, bonjour.
So, bonjour. But in Kenya, they say bonjawa.
Bonjawa. I'm a bonjour.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know anything past bonjour.
Yeah, so. I know, right? So you can just say we throughout. Just we means yes.
We. I'll be
Yes.
trying to say we as we go.
Yes.
So
there are those things on the poster. They're always hanging advertisements and things like that. So yeah, I just applied to one. I called, and so the lady was so excited because they were looking for writers. But I think they were looking for people who are more advanced. So when they told me, oh, bring your stories, so I brought what I had just done in high school, right? So I brought them, and she's like,
what is this you had done in high school?
Essays, you know, those essay competitions you do,
yes,
right? Yeah,
yes,
I was
amazing.
just those people doing literally everything. Like every club I would probably be joining.
Amazing,
but it was
amazing.
compulsory in our school to actually take 2 clubs. Yeah, so it's not just education, you have to take two to be involved in. Yeah, so even if you really don't like activity, you have to be, like it's a requirement. Yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah, so I did those, and I took those, and they were excited. So she referred me now to Hots and Films. Then I started working with them. Wow. I think it was amazing. So when they asked me how I want to be paid, I didn't know. So I just said I want to be given 5,000 shillings. And he was so happy. I think he was so shocked because of course it's really cheap. Yeah. Imagine monthly. Yeah. So when I got my money, all I went and bought a handbag, you know. So it wasn't for the money per se. It was just exciting to be able to write. Of course, now I work for money.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, what about the exposure? Like
The exposure.
What I mean, those basic things and very fundamental things that you learned in that particular space when you at that tender age.
Yeah.
Please just give us like 3, 2.
Because now, so what happened, I was working in the community because Hudson Films was based in Kibera. So at that time, I didn't know, but now it's connected me to so many people that I'm working with now. Because now I'm doing community development and a lot of community work. Like I'm working on TEDx Kibera, but I'm also partnering with someone whom we worked together at that time. So it wasn't just, it looked like I was just having fun and passing time, but later those are the same people that I'm now working with now. So what it helped me do is I know so many people because I've worked for sort of so many years, some voluntary, and so so it connected me to people. I think I have more confidence now because then when people are being asked for many years of experience, I had it. So it really, I think it really did so much for me. Even in writing and just becoming a professional really, really fast. Then when I went to uni, I could easily say I have worked, you know. So it was really, it was great.
I mean, it's something we've been talking about a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
About, or maybe an hour ago, about young people with no work experience. And Nyeri County has offered a place where you can now go and get internship opportunities and become a better person. And of course, when you're going to look for your next job, you just go and say, now I have worked in Nyeri County.
Exactly.
This is what I have done.
Yes.
So many young people are seated home. We're going to be looking at that in just a bit. But as I was reading about you, I got very inspired that you've been very passionate about youth and community development. And of course, as far as it comes to also in empowering yourself with education. And many young people have lost touch for education. They don't want to empower themselves. They don't want to get as much info as they would want to have as they look forward to solving problems in the society. And we have seen, I mean, you went through YALI, you went through YEP. I mean, these organizations that are very, and initiatives that are very passionate about the young people. Just give us a brief, like just a minute or so, just tell us how this experience was and how it has shaped you as a person now to solve problems for the young people.
Okay. So by the time YEPI and YALI were coming on board, I was still in full-time employment. So I just wanted something that will connect me to the bigger purpose. You know how you have a vision, it's on your paper, you don't know how to do it, you're wondering, how do I really do it, you know? So when I applied, I saw the two of them and I applied, consequently YEPI was, they ask you for your idea. If you have an idea, you send, and then it's a competition. So it's among many people applying, and then they call you. So when they called me and they said that I had been shortlisted for like the 7 or 10 people who had been shortlisted, I'm like, is this some kind of a joke? Because I didn't think, like, it was just those ideas. Because in fact, I had thought about it even before I went back into employment. I had thought about it because I was thinking, how can we excel as entrepreneurs? I think all entrepreneurs know it's not an easy journey. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
So I was like, how can we make our life better? So I came up with that idea just one morning when I'm just seated, almost miserable even. Then they call me and they say, oh, your idea is amazing. It has world impact. And I'm like, this is good.
Wow.
Yes, so then I get an email, and then they have this thing of really praising whatever it is that you're doing. So you're like, are these people even talking to me, you know? So I read it, and then I went. It was amazing, transformative, where now you get the how to do it. You know, you know what you want to do, you know why you want to do it, but the how to do it. And that's why mentorship comes key, right? Because, we are telling a lot of young people, go start businesses, but you're actually getting into like the ocean and you don't know how to swim. You will take so much longer and you will feel lost, So the YEPI YALI gave me the how, and the networks. You just go there and you meet other young people doing amazing work, and it inspires you, because you know, initially you feel like you're alone, and when you feel like you're alone, you're just working alone. It's quite frustrating. That's why you're constantly, even if you have this great idea, you're constantly going back to work, and you know, at some point you're like, let me go do my idea, you know, things like that. But when you come to a place which is Yepi and now Yali, the information, you know how now I understand radicalization properly. But now, of course, radicalization is on the evil side. But I'm just thinking about how you go into this space and you leave feeling so powerful, like you're a different person, you know?
That concept of
exactly.
radicalization, yes.
Exactly. So you come out of Yadi and you're talking Africa. You're like a Pan-African. So that's what really, really was amazing. And just to see so many other young people, not just in Kenya, but the entire continent doing great work is such an inspiration. Yeah.
Amazing. And I mean, from Yali and Yepi, now I want us to talk about ADEC. You're going to tell us what ADEC is.
Yeah.
You're the Kenya representative to ADEC. And of course, this is a body dealing with African youth and the development. Again, you're very passionate about youth and development. I mean, it's so inspiring for especially for the young people watching this wonderful show. And most of our viewers are actually young people. And I hope back at home you are enjoying this. I mean, this is a lot of information, very helpful, very useful, that's going to come to help you become a better person in your business, in your career path, in everything you do. So just keep on talking to us, 0739-110-544. Now, Esther, talk to us about ADEC.
So IDEC is Africa Youth Development Commission. It's in over 30 countries all over Africa. And so we have, you know, member countries, and the idea is to reach the entire Africa. The goal is to, you know, yes, we have dreams as individual countries, but when we come together as young people of the entire region, we are more powerful, we are more stronger, we are able to achieve so much more. For example, you're doing business here in Kenya and you're connected to Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. That's your market. Isn't that really, that is really, really huge, isn't it? Yeah. You're talking about, and of course this is in terms of policy and, you know, influencing policy, or even just ensuring that the borders are open, that you can cross all over, you know, like the way Europe people just, you know, cross over until Brexit happens. You know, stuff like that. So it's just to bring, to understand that the young people across Africa have common opportunities and common challenges. And so when we can learn from each other and come together, I think we have more impact. I think the goal, which is the tagline, is to create the Africa we want. And I strongly believe that the Africa we want is when we are united. I think we're stronger. As individual countries, like some African countries are so small, you know, but when you're a force and you're coming out as an African, you know, you're so powerful. So I really, so that's the goal.
Amazing. And I know humility is in the house. You don't want to brag that you, as of course, in addition to being the Kenyan representative to IDEC, you are the head of publicity and communication.
Yes.
So I mean, I know humility is in the house, but it's I'm so inspired by the fact that you have gone there, and leadership is in you, and we can see one of us in IDEC, of course, representing our affairs and our interests in that particular forum, and it's so inspiring. And now you've also gone ahead to, found, if I may use the word, found other networks. I know we don't have a lot of time, but I would really want us to talk about, before we go to Dream Tribe and Empire Content Creators, which have been founded by, if I say, yours truly. I mean, it's like you're reading my mind. So
it's Kenyanese.
I know.
Yeah.
So just before we go to that, talk briefly about Lamukani Youth Forum, which you're working with right now, of course, coming from the coastal region, empowering people from where you came from. And something I've noticed about you also, you are very passionate about places you've been, because I've also seen you've been working with women in Kitale, where you just went for school and you came back years later, of course, to work with the women in Kitale. Very inspiring. Most of us just go to places and they don't leave an impact, or they don't go back to build and to build other people that were left in that particular place. Talk to us about Lamukani, and also mention a bit about the Kitale, of course, working with the Ministry of the Young People, and of course, specifically empowering women. Tell us how these experiences have been, just working with now the locals here in Kenya and empowering people from just within, especially in the rural areas. Just give us a bit of that.
Brief, okay. So, okay, the women in Kitale,
Yeah.
I did that now when I was, I think, in university. So then, you know, you have 3 months holiday and you say, oh, let me go. And my auntie who is like my second mom, who is the one who led us to boarding school, is the one who was working then in the ministry. So I said, oh, why not? And it was the time of my life. I had such a good time. Later I will go back. But I think the reason I keep mentioning it is it was very instrumental in my life. And I think she's such a figure in my life as well, like such a role model. She's powerful, she knows what she's doing, she's passionate about the youth and women, and I really learned a lot from her. So yeah, now that you said that, I should go back and do that. Then Lamukani, so there's this very good friend of mine. He's called Harun Mwadena. So he started a very nice initiative called Lamukani, which means arise in the Mijikenda language.
No, it makes sense.
Yes, yeah.
It's Bantu.
Yes, it's Bantu. Oh, you understand? You got it, right?
I have a gist. It's just something. I can get something like 60% Lamukani.
Exactly. Actually, So he asked me if I could be in charge of their communication, and of course I'm really far, of course, across, but I'm supportive, especially with their proposals, linking them to opportunities and stuff like that. Because I think close to my heart is, I think where you come from, you should start there. They say charity begins at home, right? And if everyone sort of went home, then we wouldn't have the issues that we have, right? Because then the people, let's say, who are from Turkana, they saw the problems and now they've made it and they go back. I think it changes things. As from the coast, we saw it, we go back. And I think that's the essence of being given opportunities, that you will one day not just keep going, that you will look back and actually go and help out. So yeah, they're doing an amazing job. So I really liked the initiative and I said, great, then I can support with the communication function. So
amazing.
Yeah.
And in the spirit of collaborations and working together, I have a good friend who's also an STO, and I know you know what an STO is. And she's a lot more other things. She's called Masi Mikaya Halwani. She comes from Tana River County, and she's been very passionate. And maybe you would talk to her later and team up with her. She's also having great ideas of going back to the county and just empowering the young people, empowering the young ladies, empowering the young men, of course, to make better choices in life. And of course, I mean, in the spirit of working together and collaboration, I want us to address a number of things in the workplace before we go to an award you have been nominated for. And
I thought you didn't know.
Thanks to the many people.
I thought you were so funny.
So just before we go to that, I want us to address a few things. One of these things is working together, being a team player, because we see so many young people in the place where I just want everything for myself and I want nothing for the person next to me, so that by the time they are done looking around, it's only me they can see and they can get everything from me. Now I become the godfather of everything. I mean, in the spirit of collaboration and team effort and teamwork and team playing, talk to us about team playing, and then also talk to us about being diverse in your workplace. Like, if you are in your workplace to wash this cup and this phone is dirty, would you clean this? What does it hurt to clean this? Does it hurt to go an extra mile in your workplace? And of course, as we talk about that, also let's talk about also mentorship in the workplace. Those you can address those three. I don't know how they are things you can intertwine and intermarry, just feel free to tell us how this whole work experience, and of course, also not to forget how you can be an employer even when you are employed. I mean,
yeah, in fact, that's the recommended. Anyways,
Yes.
so team playing. I think all of us, when we are growing up, like even little children, initially before they learn the spirit of sharing, it's all about me, it's about, you know, all that.
Yeah.
But I think there comes a time you really need to be a player. Like you really need to play for the team. You can't just be, you know, and they accuse us of being narcissistic, that we just focus on ourselves, we're all about selfies and things like that. But I'm also really full of myself. Like if I'm going to share a quote about entrepreneurship, it's my picture.
It's your picture you'll be using, definitely.
I'm like, where am I putting Chris Kirubi on my Instagram? It's myself, you know, things like that. So there's a balance, right? But I think as you maybe mature in entrepreneurship or in business, and you realize nothing great comes alone.
Yes.
Even the great people that we're seeing, we're just seeing the face, but so many people are working at the background. Even for this show, for example,
Even for this show,
so many people
like
are at
so
the
many
background
people,
making
like,
sure this show is perfect, you know, and no one is slacking behind. And it's perfect because all of us have come together.
Definitely.
So I've done it alone. I've really tried projects alone, and like I've had issues of just getting bored in the middle, and I'm thinking, oh God, this is so boring. But when I put teams together, and when we're working towards projects, even when I want to give up, there's someone in the team who has strength that I don't have, and they push forward.
Yeah.
Of course, there's some bad teams, but most teams actually do the greatest thing. So people will be there seeing me as one person or so-and-so as one person. But the reality is many people have been working towards this. And I think, yeah, so team playing is inevitable. Like I personally, like I said, I was sharing at another place that I always, like when you're in a choir, right? I wanted my voice to be heard the loudest.
Wow,
you know,
you
you
sing.
don't want to. Yes. You're like, how am I going to shine, right? But you realize when you all shine, that's when the
That's
entire
the
choir
beauty.
looks good. That's the beauty, not you being heard as the top voice ahead of others. Like that's spoiling even the music, right?
That is doing that.
Yeah.
Unless you're the soloist for this for just a particular time.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And so you achieve more by helping more people achieve theirs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can you say that again?
Yes.
Yes.
You
Please do.
achieve more. Like your success is dependent so much by you making more people successful.
Amazing.
Yeah. Like here, like if people are really happy with your work and what you're doing, they'll pay you more for it, right?
Yes, yes.
If you're making people really upset, they're not going to pay you for it. So yeah, so we're interconnected. We're interconnected. And I like what you kept saying. What problem are you solving? And this problem you're not solving for yourself.
Not for yourself.
You know, you're solving for people.
For other people.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Amazing. Amazing.
the other thing, what did you ask?
Team playing, collaboration, and of course, now, very importantly, now we have less than a minute. I want to take it real quick.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the other big point was you are in employment, but you are solving other employment problems. You're employing more people. You're still in employment for one reason or the other, and you're employing other people. How can we do that as young people?
You can actually, because I always look at employment being what we mentioned. Is mentorship, and it's where you really learn a lot more, which is advised actually. If you can get into it to learn initially, to grow and expand and make money, it's very good. And so, yeah, but I always say, like, if there's a purpose that's burning inside of you, you shouldn't suppress it. You do need to let it come out. Because I feel, for those of you who are religious, that's God speaking to you about what you need to do, right? But a lot of people suppress it. Then you're there complaining about Monday, Friday, Thursday, you know. You can't wait for Friday because you're feeling so unfulfilled. But what happens on your weekends, you know, that's your purpose waiting for you to come out, right?
Yes.
And the beauty is you can still do it when you're still at work, or you can just do an amazing job when you're at work and just be really, really good. Because I also think employment is amazing. It's,
Amazing. Now, because of time, I would want us to wind this up.
Yeah.
I wish we could talk forever and ever. You have so much to give. And I think we will bring you back some other time to continue giving us this wonderful inspiration that comes with information of so many things you have done. Now, I want you to turn to this camera
Yes.
Tell these people, because the people watching you right now are very happy with you. I mean, you have so many followers right now. Tell them what is
Yeah.
because now you have to be accountable to them, because it's their problem you're
Now I
solving.
have to make it.
I tell you. Tell them tell us what is the impact you want to leave in your generation, especially in Africa, because I think you're very passionate about Africa.
Yeah.
I mean, look at your earrings.
After Yali, I came.
Look
all
at your
Wakanda,
earrings. Look at your African print.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Wakanda
forever.
So talk to us about what is the impact you want to leave in the society, especially in African as youth development is concerned. And then you can give us your social media handles, everything about you, where we can get you. People want to talk to you after this. Where can they get you? And of course, talk about the award. I almost forgot this. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff, for reminding me.
Yeah.
You have been nominated for the Top Women in Business Award 2019. I mean, tell us how we can vote for you, how we can just give shout-outs there and just campaign for you, because you are part of this family now. Talk to us about that. It's on the screen right now. You have been nominated for that amazing award for the great exploits you're doing. Just look to that camera. Tell us all about that. Tell us where we can find you, how we can vote for you, how we can just talk about you now and then. Just everything about you on that camera.
Send me chocolates.
Send you chocolate as well.
Anyway, thank you so much for having me. So what my greatest joy would be to see everyone reaching out for their highest potential, going for your dreams and whatever it is that you want, and ensuring that you achieve them. Because I know we are all capable, and we are blessed beyond measure, and we can achieve so much more if we believe in ourselves. So continue believing in yourself, go for your dreams. And so for more of such stories, you can go to, there's a Facebook group called Dream Tribe. So go and join the group. Then there'll be a lot of inspiration and stuff to just help you achieve your dreams. You can find me on Facebook, Esther Neema, on Instagram at Nyamvula Neema, and the same also on Twitter. And equally, to vote for me for youth category is you send a text message to 22782. You send youth 559, and it shall tell you, thank you for voting for Esther Neema. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
Pardon me for that. I've been having some issues with my throat a bit, but forgive me for that. I mean, it's so wonderful to have had you on this wonderful set. Like, you've given us so much, and I know you have so much also that you have inside. You've not given us everything. We have not exhausted it, and we hope to have you here some other time to give us more of that. And of course, I'm very happy with what you're doing. We're very happy as a station to host you this morning. We're very honored and humbled. You can also go check her pages, Dream Tribe and Empire Content Network, right?
Yeah, Dream Tribe, yeah.
And Dream Tribe. Oh,
yes.
Is the same thing?
Yes.
Oh, it's the same thing?
Empire is under Dream Tribe.
Empire is under Dream Tribe.
Yes.
You can go to Dream Tribe and you can get content, Empire Content Network in there, and of course get to see the amazing work she is doing. And of course, after this, I'll be taking a short break. I'll be coming back with Richie, the one and only Richard Okenye, to talk about Tech Manenos. We'll be looking, in the spirit of Mashujaa Day, we'll be looking at some of the business heroes in the ICT sector, where, of course, Richie is very well endowed. You don't want to miss this. We know the young people, we are very tech savvy, and this guy is coming with a bang. It's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be informative. It's going to be inspirational. We're going to be right back in just a bit with Richard Okenye, and of course the tech voice. I mean, it's so wonderful. This is Biashara Tuesday launch, and of course we'll be coming back in just a bit. It was so awesome to have you. Karibu tena na tena na tena. Thank you so much. We'll take a short break. We'll be coming back in just a bit. This is Biashara Tuesday.